Okay, folks, so here we go. Myrtle Beach for the rally. I'm staying in Myrtle Beach proper. I'll be doing most of my hanging out probably in Myrtle's Inlet. Like, that's the beach. That's the 2nd Street Pier. That's the bike. That's the room. They ain't the greatest. However, I got a fridge. I got a microwave. I got a place to put my stuff. I got a bathroom. I have running water, clean towels, ground level, and I can park the camper in an auxiliary parking lot just across the street. I will be dry. I will be cool. I just turned on the air conditioner. Even with the air conditioner off when I walked in here, it wasn't too bad. So, and it'll be dry, very dry. So I'm really looking at enjoying my own little private space here, my only little slice of privacy. Not that I haven't really enjoyed the hospitality of all the people that have put me up, and I've been really lucky. I want to thank everybody for helping me be comfortable throughout this whole trip. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations in this trip. There's been a whole lot of things. I'm taking my cut off. Excuse me. It's really, I'm hot because it's hot and humid outside. But there's been a whole lot of trials and tribulations on this trip. And I've tried my best to face all of them with some dignity and calmness. And I haven't always succeeded. There's been a couple times where I've kind of failed on the dignity and whatnot on it. But I've also had people like, Saul and Luna and Paul and Naz, all, I can't even think of who all, but there have been lots of people along the way that have helped me see the awesomeness of the adventure that I'm on through the bullshit that I'm dealing with right that moment. And it's been really amazing. I'm trying to not to choke up right now because it's been really trying. I got the mental healthness that's going on with the physical healthness. The mental healthness is that I'm dying and it sucks, and I don't really want to be all Debbie Downer about the fact that I'm dying. I don't want to focus on it. I don't want everybody to focus on it. But there are times where I can't help but focus on it. Things like, memory gaps that are just, there. They're just, bam, all of a sudden I know I should know something. I don't know it anymore. And it becomes very apparent. Times where I get vertigo spells because of the brain damage. And I don't know how long they're going to last. And then I've got the bullshit of the torn rotator cuff I've been fucking nursing since a month before I left on this trip where the lady hit me. And it's not really getting better because I've been struggling so much. This whole trip has been, it's been a test of my conviction. I wanted to give up a couple times and go home. Right now, the thing that I have to deal with immediately, because I can't have 2 days on this whole trip without having bullshit happen. The immediate stuff that I have to deal with is there is a good chance that I may have to stop right after this and turn around and head back without making it to Florida. I really hope that's not the case. My girl's trying to take care of it for me online and stuff. But basically, Medicaid has stopped paying for my drugs. And because I have Colorado Medicaid, I can't use it in any state other than Colorado anyway. So the whole plan has been, and what we base this trip on is my doctor wrote like 9 months worth of scripts, and Colorado will honor 3 months at a time. So every 3 months, they automatically refill them, and Lorianne goes to the pharmacy at the house and picks them up and is going to mail them to me. Well, it's time for that to happen, and now like Medicaid is denying the refills because they've decided they need to reassess whether or not I'm getting any better. I'm not getting any better. There's a surgery that from what I can tell would fix my artery. It would replace my artery with either, there's two options. One of them is like a pig artery, and the other one is a synthetic artery. I eat enough pork that I don't care. You put pig in me. If it saves my life and it makes my brain start healing, put a pig artery in. I don't care. I ain't too proud to swine. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Like, but yeah, that surgery starts at around $500,000, and Medicaid won't pay for it. It's considered an elective surgery, from what I can tell. But you know what they will do is they'll pay for my blood pressure meds, my triglycerol meds, my insulin, and all those things. Well, not having my blood pressure and my insulin will basically put my body back in the same state it was in when it decided to blow out my carotid artery. High blood pressure, high blood sugar is why they think that my carotid artery blew out like it did. So I only have one more carotid artery like that. So if I blow my fucking left one, where all my blood flow to my brain's going, I'm dead. If I have another blood clot that goes into my brain, I'm probably dead. They got me so fucking scared to do anything, because if I fly, I'm dead. If I ride a roller coaster, I'm dead. If I bump my head, I'm dead. Like, they even advised me to stop riding motorcycles, and I'm like, you might as well go ahead and kill me now, because my girl's gonna leave me, because I'm gonna be an asshole if I'm not riding, and I'm not gonna want to live. Probably TMI for everybody, but for anybody that knows me, I don't really have a problem with TMI. But here's your warning: TMI. My junk doesn't work anymore. I got a lovely lady that's like, you know, well worth giving some entertainment to, and I can't. I have, due to the arrangements of our relationship, I have permission to have fun while I'm on my trip. Not like it's going to do anything. But yeah, it just doesn't work anymore. So I can't have that excitement. All the fucking clubs are closed, or expecting like you to have like proof that you've got your vaccination. Well, I'm not getting vaccinated. The fever could kill me. So my only option when it comes to staying healthy because of COVID, before people start like, you know, my only option is to not catch it. So I don't want to hear your opinions. I don't care. And unless you're an actual like doctor and you know something that I don't know, I don't want to hear it. The only person that I know of that knows something that I don't know has already filled me in a lot, and that's Herschel. And it's the process that him and his wife went through. And if I get it, I'm going to go request that same treatment and hope that it helps me get through it without getting a massive fever and dying. But yeah, I'm really pissed off about all this COVID shit, and everybody's like, you know, like polarization on it. You know what? Somebody else's choice is their choice. It's none of your fucking business. Stop being assholes to each other. I personally, I don't really trust a vaccine that's been pushed out so fast. And you guys can believe whatever you want to believe about the vaccine. I don't believe that rushing it as fast as we rushed it, that there's any way that it could possibly be perfectly safe. there are plenty of drugs that went through a 10-year process before they went out, and they weren't perfectly safe. But that's not what's keeping me from getting it. What's keeping me from getting it is the amount of people that get a fever when they get it, and how much that will mess me up and possibly kill me. So, I've gotten the flu shot plenty of times. I've gotten plenty of vaccines. I'm not anti-vax. I am anti-rushing medicine, and people that say that I'm anti-science because I think that, the vaccine is probably not right. You guys calling people anti-science for that is kind of anti-science too. The medical development process takes time. It takes a very long time, and all of a sudden in less than 2 years we had a vaccine, and now they're pushing it on everybody really, really, really hard. It just seems fishy. I mean, I like to collect tinfoil hat theories. I love my people with their tinfoil hat theories. I collect people that have tinfoil hat theories. So don't think for a second that I'm not tinfoil hat theories are fun, and there's some tinfoil hat theories to this thing. There are plenty. But the thing is, usually when the government's doing something, there's a very clear picture of who's getting a benefit from it, who's getting money or power, or somebody's getting a benefit from it. All this stuff with the vaccine, there's not anything clear on what's going on here. Just there is an agenda to get everybody vaccinated. And I really hope that agenda is pure, and it is just the government trying to stop this thing in its tracks. I hope that's what it is. I hope we don't find out a couple generations down the road something heinous. But I probably won't be around to find that out. So if that does happen, then okay, that sucks. But the reality is, the vaccine's not something I can do right now. Maybe if I get healthier and I get a better blood flow, and they tell me that I can actually risk getting the fever from it. I don't want to catch COVID. I sure as hell don't want to catch COVID, not know it, and be walking around giving it to other people for 2 weeks. So when it's safe for me to get a fever again, I don't really have a problem getting it. There are people that are like, oh, they're putting microchips in it. Man, if they had the technology to do nanochips to put in your body to do anything to your body, even if it's just to monitor your body, don't you people think they would already be selling that? Somebody like me with the brain damage and the heart condition and the blood pressure and blood sugar issues, dude, if I had nanos running around in my body and I could just pull up on my phone and be like, hey, holy shit, my blood pressure's too high, or I need to watch this, or there's another blood clot forming here. Don't you think they would sell that to us instead of try to give it to us for free? Come on. They'd give it to us for free, force it in us, so they can do what? Track us? They can already track you. You got a wallet full of tracking devices. Every time you scan your card at the grocery store, every time you buy gas, every time you buy anything, they're already watching everything you do if they really want to. But you know what? With the conspiracy theorists, I love you tinfoil hat people. I really do. But you ain't worth the tax money they'd have to spend to track your ass like that. It ain't real. That's some Matrix level ass shit. And it ain't happening. Our government doesn't have the funding to track everybody like that. So let's just agree to disagree on whether or not that I should get the vaccine, despite what my health is saying. If you think that I'm an asshole and I'm a baby killer and blah 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 because I'm not going to get the vaccine now, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't feel that way, and I feel that you're being unreasonable by saying and thinking such things towards people. I have very good reasons that are my health reasons, my reasons. Even my doctor's flippy floppy on it. One minute she's like, oh, you're going on this big trip, you should get it. And then she's like, oh wait, you can't get a fever, no, you shouldn't get it. Lorianne even saw it. It's scary. And I'm a germaphobe. I don't want to catch this damn cold. I hate colds. I'm a miserable bitch when I get sick. And from what I understand from people that I know that have gotten this thing, it makes you pretty miserable. So, it's cold, but it's a pretty badass cold. It's like a lot worse than the flu from everything that I'm hearing. And you know what? I don't do so good when I get the flu. I'm a whiny bitch. So I really don't want this thing. I got a mask with me. Nobody's wearing a mask here in Myrtle Beach. Nobody was really wearing a mask at Sturgis. I did occasionally, not all the time. When I was around the people I was staying with and everything, I didn't wear one. But I tried to keep my my hands in hand sanitizer. I tried to keep my hands washed on a regular basis. I tried to not put myself in situations where there was large congestions of people. That being said, I'm about to go to Suck Bang Blow. There's going to be a lot of people. Depending on how windy it is, depends on whether or not I'm going to wear a mask. I'm not going to lie. If it's windy as shit, then I'm not going to wear a mask. If the wind is sitting still and like people can be breathing on each other, I'll probably wear a mask. I'll definitely wear a mask if I go inside because it's really tight inside. Unless they've like opened it up in some sort of way and made it like less congested. I haven't been here in 9 years. 8 years. 8 years. The last time I came down here was this exact same fall rally, and it was when my mom was in a coma, and I had come here to see her for the last time before she died. And that's kind of bittersweet because I used to bring my mom to the rallies in Myrtle Beach and Daytona for fun. My mom was a lot of fun at the rallies. If anybody wants to see it, there's pictures of Merle's Inlet and Myrtle Beach and Daytona rallies, and you can see my mom in those pictures. She would be the lady with no arms. Okay, kind of obvious. But the long and the short of everything is, it's kind of bittersweet being on this trip. I definitely feel like I have struggled to get here. I feel like it's been a struggle the whole time. I've been whining lately, straight up just bitching about the fact that I can't get 3 days in a row without extra stress and drama. And that is very true to heart. I can't seem to get 3 days in a row without extra stress and drama, without something breaking, without something doing whatever. Lorianne asked me if I would like call and try to talk to the doctor and everything, and I'm like, you know what? No, not this week. Not this week. I'm going to next week when I don't have a rally to be at. I'm going to take the time one of these days to sit down and try to call everybody and try to make everything get back on track. She's going to do what she can do as far as like filling out the paperwork online and trying to get things fixed. Meanwhile, I still have to figure out how to take care of the finances and bullshit of my court case that I had for the guy who fucking rammed Lorianne's car. Rammed Lorianne's car, and I'm on the hook for like, I forget what it is, like $1,700 or something like that. Because I bumped his truck with a shovel. That's what the state is asking from me. None of that goes to him. That's just the state fucking hosing me because I bumped his truck with a fucking snow shovel and made a mark smaller than the end of my thumbnail. Like, smaller than that. And, so the state fucking, yeah, they're, whatever. Fuck Colorado. I'm so sick of, like, the legal system in Colorado. I've had to deal with them 3 times now, and all 3 times I've gotten hosed. The first time I was basically, a cop lied. He was full of shit. He said I was doing a lot faster than I was doing. I know, because I was using my GPS to follow Zach through traffic. And so I went up. The DA gave me a plea offer of, he said the plea was driving too fast for the conditions is what, like, he reduced the charge to. And I agreed to that. And so I agreed to that. I went in, I paid for it and everything. And then when my insurance came around the next time, my insurance, like, went way up. And I was like, why? And it's because the fucking county had marked it as reckless driving. Not unsafe for the speed. They marked it as reckless driving. And so now my insurance is 3 times what it should be, because somebody fucked up. But, because they all closed down because of COVID, there's nowhere for me to go and complain about that. There's nowhere online for you to complain about that. It just doesn't exist. So it's awful fucking convenient. But anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but I'm comfortable. I'm sitting in front of the air conditioning. It's still a little warm in the room. It hasn't caught up yet. My room, however, like that window, it faces north. So my room will never have direct sunlight. It won't have direct sunlight. And I have nice curtains. Nice blackout curtains. Look how dark that is. Bam. So, that makes me really happy. It doesn't go completely dark in here, but definitely is dark, if not darker than my camper. And it will be drier and more air conditioned than my camper. And I won't have to pee in a Gatorade bottle, because I can be naked and get out of bed right there and walk like 5 steps and go pee in the air conditioning without disturbing anyone. It's amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you, Luna. This is Luna's fault right here. Luna donated $250 to get me a room, and I got like $30 left over out of that, and I'm here until Saturday at 11 a.m. So I'm gonna go buy a bunch of sodas and stuff, and a bottle of rum, and I'm getting Coke Zero and zero sodas, so before you guys start freaking out, oh my god, you're gonna blow your sugar. And I'm gonna get me a little fifth of spiced rum, and I'm gonna go enjoy the bike rally until it starts to get late and the drunks start coming out. Then I'm gonna scooch back here, and I'm gonna have me a Coke and some rum, and there's beach access right there, and I'm gonna go enjoy the beach access and have a really good time, just enjoying the beach and whatnot. So thank you, everyone. Sorry it's another long rambling post, but this one is me saying thank you. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this trip possible, and helped make all the excess stresses that I've been dealing with worthwhile. Because that's the pier. You see the pier? You see the pier? I'm that close to the pier. So yeah, thank you everyone who has made this trip happen, and who has tried like hell to help keep it going. My next stop is Daytona. My next stop was supposed to be Atlanta, but unfortunately, due to restrictions going on at one of the events that I was going to go to in Atlanta, they have 0 exceptions. You have to have a vaccine or you can't go. Never mind that the vaccine might kill me. So I'm salty about that. But you know what? I'm not going to Atlanta. My brother Adam understands my frustrations, and he understands that I'm not going. And he understands that I am going to, later in the trip, make it to see him, because I have to go north to get to Colorado. Unfortunately, unless something major changes, I probably will not be making it to New Orleans and South Texas. So for the people in New Orleans and Texas that were looking forward to seeing me, I haven't written it off yet, but the outlook is not good. There's just a whole lot. There's a whole lot getting in the way between here and there. Doesn't mean it ain't gonna happen at all. It doesn't mean that it's not feasible at all. It's just improbable, very improbable, at this particular junction, unless like I come into a lot of money somehow. If the GoFundMe blows up and people are like, "Holy shit!" like, you know, and I make my goal on my GoFundMe before, you know, if it hits like $5,000. And I don't have to go back to Colorado immediately, or if I find some work in North Carolina or Florida in the wintertime. I really, people, if you've got work that I can do while I'm around, I'm a handyman. I'm slower than I used to be because of the Dane Bramage. But I'm still a handyman. If you've got the tools, I've got the skills. That's, you know, and you have something that you need done, let me know. Talk to me. And when I'm in your area, if we can schedule a time for me to fix something for you. I do light electrical. I don't like to do electrical, but I can do light electrical, meaning I can do switch blades and I can do lights and I can do things like that. As long as things were originally properly wired. We ran into a problem with Chris and Neko's place. We were trying to do a ground interrupt to fix a busted light switch, but unfortunately that box was never wired right. So there's not really a way to properly install it that I know of. So they got somebody who's got much better skill levels than me come in to do it. And I wish I was there when he got there, because he's somebody that I'd like to actually see too, because he's a good guy. But anyway, there's that. Plumbing, I'm pretty damn good with plumbing. I can paint. I can frame. I can sheetrock. I can shingle, but you won't pay out the ass if you want me to climb on a roof and shingle, because that's not something I should be doing. But if you really, really need it, and you really, really want to pay somebody to do it, you can pay me. I'll do it. I'm trying to whore myself out for this trip. My dick don't work, but my skills do. So you can take that however you want it. But either way, I can use my hands to make you happy. Whether you need me to fix something or fix something. Skittles is a whore. And I would really love to be on the road until April. That's when I'm supposed to be home. But unless some things change, that's not really feasible. And if Medicaid doesn't play game or doesn't play ball with me and Lorianne, then I'll have to quit and go back. I've already had one friend offer to pay for me to travel back home and then back to take care of that if need be. But that's a person that doesn't have a lot of money themselves, and I really don't want to accept that unless I absolutely have to. So if I have to make a quick trip back on a bus or train or something back to Colorado, I'm going to need everybody to pull together to help make that happen, because I love Amber for offering, but I don't want to take from her family's table just to make Medicaid happy. But there's a possibility I'm going to have to go in and get more brain scans and things, so they realize, oh yeah, okay, you're still dying, so you can still have your Medicaid. We're sorry. Because I'm supposed to just stay at home dying. I'm not supposed to be doing anything, but like, I'm not allowed to do anything. I can't ride a motorcycle, I can't ride a roller coaster, I can't fly, I'm not, like, it's frustrating. So I guess I'm supposed to just sit at home and die and just accept my fate. Fuck that. I'm running around trying to say goodbye to a bunch of amazing people. And it's been a real struggle doing it. And I'm really frustrated. And thank you all for making it worth it. All the frustration aside, all the bullshit that has gone down that has made this thing more and more frustrating aside, you people that I keep getting to see, you've all made it worth it. Like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are actually making this what it was supposed to be. Getting to make good memories, see good people, have a good time, get proper goodbyes in. I don't want to say goodbye. And, there have been people that have joked, and I joke about it too, that, this is going to be like Kiss. There's going to be like 5, 6, 7 farewell tours. I really hope that's the truth. I really hope that happens. But this thing's been a lot more expensive than it should be. There might be a better way to do it next time. If I leave the camper behind and I just keep the drugs in the cooler, which is what I'm doing right now. There is a cooler inside of a cooler. My insulin is inside a drink cooler, one of those little round ones that is inside a 35 quart cooler, and basically the drink cooler is keeping the insulin dry, and I put it in the bottom and then I pour the ice on top of both coolers, and I fill the cooler up, and it's been working, and it's been keeping my insulin at like 40 degrees. Not too cold, not too hot. It's pretty perfect. A stable temperature without fluctuations is what the insulin needs. So I've been okay with that. The camper, the refrigerator in the camper is not keeping up, or the battery is not keeping up with the refrigerator. It's just not working. That refrigerator is too much draw. So I need to get rid of that refrigerator, find somebody who wants it, sell it, something, and find one of those induction cooler ones, and just work on keeping my insulin at a more stable temperature instead of worrying about it staying at 40 degrees, like just keeping it at a stable temperature, under 60 degrees.